Oh, wow. 2020. Well, what can you say about about this year? Well, in today's episode, we're going to say, hey, what can we do about 2020? Maybe we can find a way to actually have 2020 help us. Sounds kind of interesting. All right, let's dive into that in today's episode. Welcome to Enjoy Life. If you need a little push to pursue your goals or some encouragement to take ownership of the areas of life you can control, then you're in the right place. I'm Nick Mazey, and I'll be your host, and I'll be your guide for this podcast. I'll be sharing with you all the things that I've learned through my journey through overcoming struggles in my own life, earning a master's degree in psychology, and trying to be the best dad of two twin amazing girls that I can be. I'm going to share with you all the things that I've learned that will help you to choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. I am glad that you're here, and let's get started. Well, hello, and welcome to episode 152 of Enjoy Life. Now, before we really dive into today's episode, just a quick reminder. If you need a quick win, if you need to find a little trick or a solution to be able to take some action, to be able to move forward towards your goals and pursue what you want, I have a short quiz for you. It's at nickmazey.com/GKSQ. It's because it's the Goal Killer Solution Quiz. If you have a goal killer standing in your way, then these solutions that the quiz can give you, it might speak to your specific goal killer. You just answer a few simple questions, and I give different solutions. You'll have your specific solution personalized for the answers that you give to be able to help you to take some action and make progress so you can pursue the goals that you have. This is right in line with, we're talking about how 2020 was such a year in this episode that maybe you need a quick win. And so just go to nickmazey.com/GKSQ. That's for the Goal Killer Solution Quiz. And take it, get your solution, and start making progress towards your goals. All right, really on to today's topic, and that is talking about 2020. Wow, talk about a year. Unprecedented is right. In fact, I heard that word more now or more in this year than probably ever before. Also the word pandemic, which is, it's scary. It was scary. It is scary. It's also a few other scary kind of terms out there as far as, economic cliff, and you said pandemic, and riots. A lot of that sounds pretty terrible. Should we just throw our hands up in the air and give up and go crawl into a cave because there's nothing that we can do because it is so bad and it's so outside of our control? No, not at all. You know me. I can't leave it at like that. Of course not. So what are we going to do about 2020? It happened. It is happening. And it's yes, it's crazy and scary and everything else. But I believe that we still can take from it what we can so that we can better ourselves, improve our lives, and make 2021 the best that it can be. What do you say? Are you with me? Are you with me to taking from 2020, to take whatever we can from 2020 so that we can make tomorrow, make 2021, make ourselves just as good as it can be? Are you with me? Good. I believe that you're with me because, you're still listening to this podcast, or you're here and you listen to these episodes. So you got to be with me. You got to be with me. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a few things. They're simple-ish, but they might be a little difficult. But we're going to do these things so that we can take what we can take from 2020, because we can't do anything about it. It's happened. 2020 has happened, or I guess if you listen to us when it first comes out, it's still, there's still a little bit of 2020 left. But, we can't just magically change the past or the present, and fix everything. No. So what we're going to do is we're going to take from it so that we can make ourselves and our tomorrows and even next year the best possible. The first thing that we're going to do, here's the first thing we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to acknowledge the struggle. Acknowledge the struggle. I already did that a little bit in the beginning of this episode. But yeah, lots of 2020 was tough. And it kind of sucked. It did. We're not going to sugarcoat it. That's life. The 2020 was tough. He said, we talk about unprecedented pandemic, all these things. It was bad, but that happens. Unfortunately, I'm not just trying to be callous. Unfortunately, that bad stuff and struggles happen. So we got to acknowledge that. We don't stick our head in the sand and pretend like nothing was going on. Yes, it was tough. We struggled. We had challenges, and it kind of sucked. Okay, now that we got that part over with, what's the next thing we can do? So you acknowledge the struggle. Now it's time to acknowledge the strength. Acknowledge your strength, because you made it through a really challenging, tough time. Yes, it sucked, but you made it through. You must be pretty strong in order to make it through that. To be able to make it through all that 2020 brought at you, you've got to be pretty strong. You talk about the physical, the financial, mental, all those challenges, struggles, and pressures placed on you. You made it through it. You are pretty strong. Acknowledge your strength. Give yourself some credit. You see, and I believe that's so important, because today's struggle will give you the strength you'll need tomorrow. So what it does, it just even sets you up more for whatever comes your way. Think about it. If you made it through all that, you can make it through anything. You can, because you're strong. And if anything, 2020 made you even stronger. So after you acknowledge the struggle, acknowledge your strength, because they go hand in hand. The bigger the struggle, the bigger your strength is. The bigger the challenge that comes your way, when you make it through it, that means you're just that much stronger, and you are strong enough to make it through it. So acknowledge the struggle, acknowledge your strength, and this one might be a little tough. This is one, acknowledge your blessing. See, as tough as it might be, and believe me, it's tough for me too. I don't think that life is rosy and peaches and sunshine all the time. But I still got to acknowledge my blessing. See, I say, as tough as it might be to see sometimes, we're still here. We are. We're still here. And if you're here, if you have food to eat, if you have clean water to drink, and you have shelter, then you're blessed. And I sometimes I got to break it down to these simple things, especially when there's a lot of struggle, when there's a lot of challenges going on the outside. I have to get down to the very basic things that, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm on the right side of the dirt. I had the opportunity to wake up this morning. I have food to eat. I have clean water to drink, and I have shelter. I am blessed. And yes, there's things that I prefer to be different, but okay, I am blessed. I have to count my blessings. And even if life isn't exactly how I want it to be, I got to count my blessings. Even if your life, even if all the things aren't exactly how you'd like or how you'd prefer, count your blessings. I mean, it adds so much benefit to life, when we can appreciate things. It doesn't mean that life's perfect. It just means that we can still count our blessings. It's not counting the blessings that we don't have. No, it's counting the blessings that we do have. We're alive, we have food, we have water, we have shelter. Maybe you still have your job. Maybe you're still actually living a pretty decent life. Maybe it wasn't what it was a year ago or so, but there's still blessings. There's still blessings. And we got to count those blessings, because that helps our mindset. That helps our attitude. That helps us to make the best of our situation. And all those things help us to actually take the actions needed to continue to improve our situation. So we got to count our blessings. So we're acknowledging the struggle. We're acknowledging your strength and acknowledging your blessings. So you didn't let 2020 stop you. You didn't. You're here. All right, now it's time. Well, you're here, and then also you're here listening to this podcast. So then it's time to get ready and go after 2021. If 2020 caught you off guard, that's okay. Nobody saw that one coming, at all. That 2020 was how it was is all the more reason, is the best reason for you to give your best to make sure that 2021 is better. Whether it's improving your health so that you can be more mentally and physically prepared, or have the energy to handle the challenges. Maybe it's working on your mindset and your attitude so that you can make the best of your current situation, make the best of the situations to come, or maybe you really need to focus on your financial health so that you can be better prepared to weather those challenges in the future. Did 2020 strain some of your relationships and now you need to repair them? Whatever it was that was going on in 2020, that hit you the hardest, that might be a good a kind of indicator, a good, picture. Sorry, it was tough for me to think of a word right there. It might be just a good sign for what you can really focus on to strengthen in that area, to make that area even better, make it stronger. So we got to take from 2020. We got to take from 2020 so that we can take the actions necessary to improve our situations, to make 2021 the best that it can be, to make ourselves the best that we can be. 2020 happened. You're still here. So now it's time for you to do the best that you can do to make 2021 better. What goals are you going to set? What goals are you going to set? It's time to go after them, guys. You gotta set those goals, and then you gotta say, hey, what actions are you going to take so that you can make the improvements, so that you can make the best of where you're at right now? Make the most of what you do have. What goals are you going to set, and what are you going to do? Because 2020 was a struggle. You have immense and powerful strength, to make it through those challenges, and you do have blessings. You are blessed. So let's take those things, set your goals for 2021, and determine that you're going to take the actions necessary to make them happen. And you know what? And I want to help. I want to help you. That's why this podcast is here. That's why my website is at nickmazy.com. That's why I got that Goal Killer Solution quiz out right now, because sometimes you need a little quick win. Once again, you go to nickmazy.com/GKSQ for that quiz to find a solution that might help you to be able to move forward towards your goals. If you need help, I want to help you. I have resources on, creating the goals. I have a full Creating Life Targets program that will walk you through, setting those life targets that are specific to you, that resonate with your values, and who you are and what's important to you and what's important for you to focus on right now. And I have all those resources for you because I want you to succeed, and I want you to succeed in 2021. After 2020, you owe it to yourself to do the best that you can do to knock 2021 out of the park. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. Use any of my information and resources. Use all of them. Anything. So that you can make it happen. For you and your life, so that you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want to go, and you can enjoy it. That's what I want for you. Here's to you achieving your goals. Well, thank you for listening. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're interested in this, and that you're gonna do the work, because it is your life. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. Rate and review this podcast so that more people can find it, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss an episode either. There's going to be some great ones coming up, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon.